The mighty Mississippi River cuts through the heart of America. In the space between Iowa and Indiana, the river takes a turn steeply westward. Here, in a previous century, urban settlements were stimulated by riverboat traffic, forming the communities that would later grow into the cities we now recognize in the modern era as the Quad Cities. After the Civil War, the towns of Davenport, Rock Island, and Moline began to develop a collective identity and common culture. The area began to be styled as the Tri-Cities. As East Moline grew into equal stature, the name evolved to Quad Cities. Then as Bettendorf rapidly grew in the post-war boom, it was included as a fifth city, but the Quad Cities name still stuck. Quint Cities just didn't have the same ring to it. As the Industrial Revolution developed in the United States, many enterprising industrialists looked to the Mississippi River as a promising source of water power. The combination of energy and easy access to river transportation attracted entrepreneurs and industrialists to the Quad Cities for development. In 1848, John Deere moved his plow business to Moline. His business was incorporated as Deere & Company in 1868. Today, over 150 years later, it still remains the largest employer in the region.
John Deere was a major employer in this area and still is a major employer in this area, as well as the Rock Island Arsenal, which is a military base, so there's a lot of employees, over 6,000. Hi, I'm Jessica WAYTENICK from Visit Quad Cities, and the Quad Cities is on the Mississippi River, located at the east and west course of the Mississippi River at the only time running from Minneapolis down to Louisiana. The Quad Cities includes Davenport, Bettendorf, Iowa, as well as Moline, East Moline, and Rock Island, Illinois, and the surrounding smaller communities. It's a great area with a lot to do, and of course, Quad City style pizza.
Quad Cities Pizza, featuring a generous dose of malty syrup in the crust, a heap of fennel-laced sausage, and a sauce that's spiced with red pepper flakes. Although the inventor of the style is in dispute, some credit the innovation to a pair of Italian brothers named Frank and Tony Maniscalco, who opened several restaurants in the area. Others claim the Maniscalcos originated the style 200 miles away in Calumet City first, before relocating it to Quad Cities. Rock Island's Harris Pizza staked their own claim to the style, copyrighting the term the original Quad Cities style pizza. Whether you believe it's truly the original or not, the fact that Harris Pizza has been carrying the Quad Cities style torch for over 50 years is one fact that is not in dispute.
All right, so we are at a traditional pizzeria, Harris's Pizza. It has been open for more than 50 years, and they have actually 4 locations in all Quad Cities, and this is a Quad City pizza. You could tell by the way that it was cut with the shears. It's got the traditional sausage. Look at the steam just coming up that. So fun fact about Harris's Pizza, when they first opened, Quad City style pizza was such a new type of pizza that they actually had to hand out free pizza just to get people to try it. Well, once they tried it, obviously they loved it and it became a huge staple, and that's why they're open for more than 50 years.
The hearty Quad Cities pizza is a working man's pie. Both comfort food and calorie-loaded fuel for long hours of both work and recreation common to the area. Once a conservative amount of sauce is added, in comes the sausage. A custom blend seasoned lightly with fennel, red and black pepper that is finely ground, cooked down, and then drained, leaving an already lean blend even leaner. A pound of sausage is said to end up on every pizza. A large Harris sausage pie can weigh around 4 pounds. Because of the lean blend and the draining process, there's no soggy, greasy mess at the bottom. And if there is, you've chosen the wrong pizza parlor. There is some speculation the area's German immigrant population had an influence on the popularity of sausage in their local cuisine.
I mean, I think the sausage is that's kind of a local delicacy and kind of something that probably here was developed. A lot of people from Germany came over in the 1850s and really settled and developed the area then.
In Davenport, one longtime purveyor of the Quad City style pizza is Dean Creech. Buying the business from namesake founder Bill, Dean has been slinging Quad City pies for over 15 years.
It's just something that happened. It was something I was good at, knew what I was doing, and an opportunity came and grabbed it and ran with it.
How did you get into? How did you?
I was 16 years old and got a job at Harris Pizza. And if you asked me when I was 16 what I'd be doing when I was 44, the last thing in the world I'd tell you was, I'll be making pizzas. Started as an oven guy, then learned to cut and bag up pizzas and sell them, and then you start making them. But after that, I just moved on. I did a couple other jobs before Bill got a hold of me and said, hey, I got a pizza place for you if you want to run it. And he had a pizza place in Geneseo, Illinois, also Uncle Bill's. And at the ripe old age of 37, I think he decided to sell everything and get out of pizza. I think he was tired of it or whatever. And he moved up north. And I picked this one up from him. That one still there, but it's under a different name. I'm not sure what it is. Danny Boys. And we just continued on.
You're talking to someone that has no idea what a Quad City style pizza is. Could you tell me what's in your?
A lot of times, and I shouldn't say this, but I'll lead off with, you'll love it or you hate it. It really is. It's not, if you're from New York and you came here and ordered my pizza and we served it to you, you'd look at it and go, what's this? This is not pizza. It's cut wrong. Toppings are under the cheese. I mean, it's nothing like a New York style. It's nothing like a Chicago style. It's nothing like a St. Louis style, or who knows what they serve in California. But it's very specific, and it's its own thing. You love it or you hate it, but the ones that love it really love it. It's more of a meal than a pizza. But I wouldn't call our sauce really spicy. It's got a zing to it, but it's nothing that's going to set you on fire. It's got the right amount of heat to complement everything else that we put in there. If you take a handful of our sausage after we process it, cook it, and drain it and grind it, it's not going to be appetizing at all until you add the sauce to it, and all of a sudden it brings it to life. We bring in raw pork, an extra lean raw pork, and we spice it and season it up ourselves, and we mold it into what looks like meatloaf. It's big, giant mass. It's about 8-pound blocks of sausage. We cool it, we drain the fat off of it, and then it gets ground through our meat grinder. And there you go. That's it. If you use a deck oven, like a Blodgett, something to that effect, when you put the pizzas in, a lot of the common practice is to spin the pizza manually while it's cooking, because the back half cooks faster than the front. With a deck oven, or a rotating oven like this, you put it in, you can walk away. Aside from popping bubbles on the dough, it takes care of it for us. It's a more even cook. The trays will hold enough heat to really give it a nice crunchy bottom.
Although the basic Quad Cities pizza is heavy on cheese and sausage, in more recent years an evolutionary tangent has added an inexplicable wrinkle to the recipe. A twist from the south of the border has become wildly popular among residents of the region.
That's right. Yeah, Happy Joe's invented the taco pizza back in the early 1970s. He had his own restaurant, and somebody was like, well, why are you just serving pizza? You should serve tacos as well. And he said, no, I just really want to concentrate on the pizza part of it. So he's like, why not combine both? So he put together taco pizza, and kind of the history went from there.
Taco pizza's a thing here. It's a big thing. A lot of them. A lot.
Pizza?
Oh, God, yes.
Oh, what? Sure.
Make them.
What's the, can you tell me about your taco pizza?
It's our sausage, which I know isn't traditional for a taco. You can get it with beef if you want. We recommend it with sausage. And with taco seasoning, mozzarella cheddar, lettuce, tomato, taco chips, taco packets, and taco sauce packets on the side.
Which is more popular here, the Quad City style with the meat kind of spicy sauce, or the taco pizza?
Well,
the taco pizza is still our style.
It's still a Quad City style.
It's a sausage pizza with some taco seasoning in it. And that's it. And then the stuff on top of it. So it's still a Quad City style pizza.
Changes the flavor
Sausages are the same.
dramatically, but yeah, it's still our pizza.
Take a basic Quad Cities pizza, add lettuce, diced tomatoes, and yes, if you can believe it, nacho-flavored Doritos, and you get the inexplicably popular Quad Cities taco pizza.
All right, so we are going to try the second type of style of Quad City pizza at Uncle Bill's. This is the taco pizza. So let's talk about it.
Urbanites tired of the metropolitan rat race could find a lot to like about a place like the Quad Cities. The rhythm and flow of the river dictates the cycles of life here, and remind the people of Quad Cities that like a rotating oven, or the paddle wheel of a riverboat, life is a series of cycles. Once in a while, it's good to escape being stuck in an endless loop. The simple pleasures in life, like a walk in the park, a summer baseball game, good times, good food, and good people are what stops, for a moment, the spinning wheels of time, so one can slow down and enjoy the view. On the next Pizza Roots and Routes, Pizza TV visits Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Here in the city that beer built, explore Milwaukee's role in developing tavern-style pizza that spread throughout the Midwest.